and welcome back to a new video. As you might have seen in my recent videos, I wasn't necessarily lucky with the carp, so I thought I would come back to a spot that I know for sure holds carp, and I've literally just seen a little fish top here right in front of me. If you watched my videos a couple of weeks ago, you know that this pond must hold a good amount of carp. I don't want to spoil too much, so if you haven't watched that video yet, it's this video right here. I will actually also link that video in the description so you can have a look at it. I am here a couple of weeks later. I have no idea how it's fishing. I've actually not visited the spot before the first time fishing it and now, so this is literally my second time being here. So the plan is pretty simple. I will be going for snowman on both of my rigs. I have literally, I don't know if you heard it, there was 2 carp jumping at the same exact time. A meter off the other end. Like, it was literally right straight in front of me, right in the margin. That is a really good sign, because when I actually got here, I did pre-bait this area in front of me and a little bit to the left, just like around the same areas that I was fishing last time. And those fish literally just jumped right in between those spots pretty much. That is a really good sign. Oh man, okay, you know what, without much waffling, I will get the rigs ready as soon as possible and I'll try to get them in. Another fish just jumped. Okay, so I didn't really bother too much with recording, putting the rods in and everything, because I just wanted to get them out as good as possible and as quick as possible. I saw another carp there, just on the surface. Literally right over my right hand rod. Okay, so I don't think it's going to take very long for me to get a bite here, because I've already seen so much fish activity, and I also still have a whole night ahead of me, which is when I reckon it's going to be the most active in the night. This is what it was like last time anyways. Last time when I was fishing here, I didn't have my GoPro neck mount, but this time I do have it. So I am able to get some first person shots of playing fish. I think I'm due. I think you also deserve to see a carp again on this channel. So I'm gonna lean back and see what happens. Come on, the carps. Come on. Excited. I was just in my bivvy, was just about to close my eyes to nap for a few minutes, but yeah, absolute screamer of a run, holy. Fish is actually swimming towards me right now. Definitely not powered out. I don't think it's a big one. Not a huge one anyways, but the first bite of the day, the session is always special. It's actually a decent one. It's not that small. It's a mirror. There you go. Yes. That is a decent one, that. Nice. Alright, so we are only a few hours into the session and I've already managed to catch my first carp. Now I just noticed it actually unhooked itself in the net, which is very convenient. Didn't really talk that much during the fight because I really wanted to focus to actually catch the first one, because the first one of the session is always the most important one. You wouldn't say no starting a session with a carp like this, would you? Really nice mirror carp. Now this is a great start. Now I'm not gonna bother that fish for too long. I will get the rod back out on the spot and yeah, hope for a few more to come this session, but that is a beautiful one. So yeah, I haven't really recorded much this session so far, but I have caught a fish, which is good. I hope that there's still plenty to record, but yeah, should something happen, I'll keep you in the loop. Also, I'm not making the same mistake like last time, and I do have two landing nets that I brought this time. And also shout out to my dad, who managed to repair one of my landing net poles. Maybe you've seen the video where it broke from a bream. We do have a proper overcast now, which is good. It does look very fishy, very good for a bite, so I think that we are into some more fish this session. I don't want to jinx it, honestly, but it does look really good and it started really well like it did last time. So let's see what happens, and should something happen, then I'll let you know. So I just made myself some basic food, a coffee, and now I am hyped. And whilst waiting for the next bite, I am asking you guys to subscribe to this channel if you enjoy those videos. I have seen that I think 90% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed yet, so that is a big portion of yours. So yeah, just hit the subscribe button. And if you are on TV, you can either look up my channel on your mobile phone, or you can wait until the very end of the video. There you will see a code in the bottom left, which you can scan, and then you will get to my channel on your phone, where you can subscribe from there. That would be super appreciated. I do put a lot of effort into those videos, and I'm trying to keep them entertained whilst also keeping them authentic. So I'm not really overdoing anything, just keeping it, yeah, just real. So if I sometimes don't catch as much, then it is what it is. I'll still upload the videos because this is fishing. You can't always have crazy sessions, and I don't want to promote that either, because I feel like that in a way it can be misleading and very discouraging to people who maybe just get into carp fishing if all they see is just people having crazy sessions online and videos. So yeah, blanking is completely normal. I blank often enough. Professional anglers blank often enough. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments below if you're still watching. And I am going to have my coffee. I'm going to have my spaghetti and tomato sauce pot noodle thing here. That looks pretty good, to be honest. I'm really looking forward to the nights. Super excited to see what I can maybe catch, maybe not, you never know, but it does look good for a bite. It does look really good. I think I've just been done. I waited 20-25 minutes just to see if I can maybe get another take, but nothing. Just wanted to check on my hook bait. I am using just a regular boilie. Problem is that this can just, I've had situations where the boilie was just off because it's kind of soft. I do have to keep an eye on it, but yeah, looks alright. I have a stiff boom, so it wouldn't have tangled after the take. A bit of pellet and a bit of boilie crumb as well, and some whole boilies. Also, just a little tip, if you do use a bait boat, always make sure to keep a tight line. So I just, as you can see, hold my finger here on the spool very gently, just so you don't get a big bow in the line. Oh! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's taking me along the oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Stay right, stay right, stay right, stay right. It's taking me, oh, look at all those branches moving. It's taking me all along the margin there. Come on. Turn around. Oh, 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 oh. That is an angry carp, man. What is that? It wants in the snacks. They're so bad. Come on. Yes, okay. It's out. I do have to keep it on the right because my line with my boat is still on the left. And if that gets tangled, that's gonna be a big disaster. It's on the surface there. Ah, you've got to be kidding me. That's a small carp. Why did I think it was a big one? That carp has some power though, I'm not going to lie. Oh, stay on the right, stay on the right, stay on the right. That is right. And it's in the net. Yes. It is a small fella, but yeah, still not powered out somehow. And I'm just going to finish this bait boat business here. All right, boat just there. There we go, sorted. All right, let's sort out the fish. Yes. I really thought it was going to be a bigger carp than it is. It was fighting really well, but I'm sure that one day this little fella is going to be a big one. Really nice. Now I do hope that I can maybe catch a bit bigger one tonight, but they do seem to be on the feed right now, and yeah, it's a good sign for maybe 1 or 2 more bites tonight. Great. Really happy. I legit just got the rod in 5 minutes ago. It's going off again. I'm not even ready. I don't have any light set up, nothing. Get in the net. There we go. Yeah, that is not a big one at all. Problem with just having Crocs and the water being so high. Yeah, my socks are wet. Oh, is that a common? Oh, it's a common. Have I actually caught a common from here last time? I'm not entirely sure right now, but I don't think I have. I might be wrong. I might have, but yeah, I don't remember. But this one is a common. Oh no. Yeah, my other sock is also wet. The grass is wet here. And it is half in the water, so yeah, it's probably gonna jump. Okay. Oh my god. Everything is wet now. Jesus Christ, can you chill? You know what? I don't... Wait, does this have barbules? Barbules. Wait, it doesn't have any bar... That is an F1? No way, I haven't caught one in the Netherlands yet. The F1s don't have any barbules. And you see that line here, that dotted line along its side. That's how you can tell it's an F1. Goodbye. And made me proper wet. So my socks are wet, my trousers are wet, my jumper is wet, my face is wet. Everything wet, but another fish. Worth it. Well, let's redo that rod. Get it straight back out. This is crazy. 5 minutes later, and my left hand rod went off, and that is definitely a carp. That is not an F1 again. Yeah, again, I didn't even get to put the GoPro light on the GoPro. Okay, yeah, it's actually quite close in already. For some reason my GoPro just turned off, but I have landed the carp. Nice mirror again. Look at the scales. All right, guys, so the mosquito situation is ridiculous. There's mosquitoes everywhere as soon as I turn the light on, so I will do this rather quick, but look at that. And I hear more fish crashing in the background. It's absolutely insane what's going on right now. The next mirror carp from this pond. Beautiful. Let me show you the other side. What a nice mirror. Really chuffed with this one. It looks super pretty. So yeah, that is carp number 3 for the session. 1F1, 3 carp. Absolutely amazing. Beautiful, alright. So let's get this one back on the water. Alright, carp. There you go. There it goes. Alright, so after that hectic spell, I did get like half an hour of peace, of quietness. But then one of my rods went off again. Played the fish. I was a mirror carp. I saw it. It was a smaller one. It was probably like the smaller carp I caught earlier. Pinged off in the margin. It went on a proper run again. It took line, and as soon as it stopped, as soon as I start reeling in again, it just pinged off. I mean, it does happen again on the pink pop-up. So I have decided to increase the bait size. Instead of the pink little 12mm pop-up, I'm going for a snowman now. And I am leaving a little bit of a hair here, so that swivel is almost fully exposed. I want to try this out, obviously in the hopes to catch the bigger carp in here. Now, will it work? I don't know, but do I want to get up every 10 minutes for a carp tonight? Probably not. It's the thing with carp fishing, isn't it? If you don't catch anything, you just want the bite. You just want to catch anything. But if you're catching one after the other, you just kind of, you know, it's weird. It's weird with carp fishing. It's strange, isn't it? But I do want to give myself the chance of a little bit of a bigger carp. And this bait should hopefully do it. Now this goes back in a bait boat with quite a bit of bait, and hopefully I can hook into something good tonight. Fingers crossed. Let's give this a try. Okay, the tactics worked out. I put the slightly bigger bait on, got it on the spot again. About half an hour later, ripped off once again. I just can't believe what's going on. Like I said earlier, I lost one as well. It was a smaller one, but this one, the biggest carp of the session so far, does have quite a fat belly. In another mirror. I don't think this pond has any comments, to be honest. Every carp I catch is a mirror, which is kind of nice, but the biggest one, not too much heavier than the first carp I caught earlier, but it is the biggest one. Don't know what to say. The tactics just work out. The carp are on a feed. This is probably the post-spawn feed. And everything's working out, man. Incredible. Slipping that one back in. And then, yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless, guys. If you're watching until this point, make sure to leave a like for this video. Thank you very much. Carp, you can go. I'll wait until it's ready. And there we go. Not wasting any time getting that rod re-rigged and then straight back out. You never know. It is about, I think, 12:30 or 1 or so. Okay, so just had the weirdest thing happening. So I've kept getting liners on mainly my right hand rod, but also on my left hand rod. Like a lot of liners, and sometimes it will go like beep 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 beep, and then it would stop again, and a few minutes later the same thing. And it probably did that like 10 times. I did reel in my rod just because I thought, like, what's going on here? Like, is there a small fish on the end, or crayfish, or what's going on? And well, the bait is just gone. The hook was naked. So I'm glad I checked, but I'm wondering what this was. I can't imagine there being crayfish in here. I just can't. But maybe. I mean, I am glad that I checked. But I hope it doesn't happen again, because I do want to try to get some sleep. Still haven't managed to close my eye just because of the constant liners. Also, one thing that I've been doing, by the way, and I haven't even showed this on video, I do have a bait spray here, and it is a bloodworm bait spray. And instead of spraying it on the hook bait, I find it so much better to just put it in, soak it in, and that's it. I find this so much better, because if you spray like 90, it seems like 90% of the spray just goes like somewhere, not on the bait. Bait ready, so let's get this out again, and then hopefully I won't get those constant liners again, or whatever it was. Let's see. Okay, so I did get the rod back in after the crayfish incident, or whatever that was, and this didn't really take too long. I think it's been like, what, half an hour later, and just managed to catch this long, really long mirror carp. This is a really cool fish, and it does actually weigh more than I thought when I landed it, just because it's so long and yeah, full of power. Really happy. The next carp, I mean, this session is absolutely crazy, catching one beautiful fish after the other. It's time to get this one back, and then yeah, we'll see if I can actually get some sleep, because I thought I was just about to fall asleep, but nope. Not yet. This video is turning into me just sitting in front of my mat and just showing you fish for fish, but that's all I can do. It is dark, it's really hard to record, and I did catch a good fish. Now this is by far the biggest fish of the session. Look at this for a mirror. Big belly on it. Let me show you the other side. Let's go, come on. Either the fish are getting bigger or I'm just getting weaker and weaker. Probably both. But yes, amazing fish. I'm gonna get that beauty back. What a fish. Mega fish. I will get the rod back on the spot. It's always the one spot producing, by the way. I've caught one single fish from the other spot, and ever since it's been quiet. It's just this one spot this whole session. Let's go. Okay, I thought I would change up the scene a little bit and show you how I tie on my rig, and also show you my rig presentation. First, I have a pot here. Don't mind the label, that doesn't matter, because it was an empty pot, and I filled it with the same boilie that I'm loose feeding with. In a pot, air dried it, so they are harder than the normal boilie, but it is the same boilie. So I take one of them, and all I do is I just remove a little bit with my finger, about like 1/4 or 1/3 at most, just so it looks like this. Then I take one of those pop-ups, 15mm high impact salty squid pop-up from Mainline. I do use different pop-ups. I honestly don't think it matters which pop-up you're using or which flavor as much, because I am getting the flavor out of the boilie in this case. But it is a pink pop-up, and I love pink pop-ups, so it just gives me a good feeling. Yeah, I take one of those 15mm, half it, so I have half a pink pop-up. Then I put the pink pop-up on the boilie needle first, then in the boilie, try to be centered, like this. That is a snowman. Then I take a bit of bait floss, which is essentially just dental floss. You can use either. Thread it through the micro ring swivel, like this, spinner rig, and then that bait floss, I take the snowman and just thread it on to the bait floss. You probably know how that works. I don't have to show you. Then I take a lighter. Blob it down, and then use the metal bit of my scissors to just push it down so it creates like a nice blob, and then it can't come off. Well, I did use a 12mm pop-up earlier, but ever since it's dark, this is what I've caught all my fish on. Just a size 6 hook, spinner rig, stiff boom, anti-tangle sleeve, white gape hook, snowman. And then this is a sort of like a lead clip, but it will come, it will turn into a running system once the fish hooks itself. So the fish comes, hooks itself, shakes its head, and then running system. And that is all I do. Now I am noticing that, like, just look at the line. That is not good. It also does feel a bit whack from probably some of the snags that it's just rubbing on. So I will actually remove a bit of line to make sure that there's no damaged line that I'm fishing with. I can feel that the line here is nice and smooth. So I'll cut this off and take the lead clip bit, thread it through. Then the little rubber insert, first of all, that helps with putting the swivel in, but also does it make the running system work better. Put a knot in here, just use the knot of your whatever you feel most comfortable with. I think this is a blood knot that I'm using. I always forget the name of the knot, but I think it's a blood knot. There we go. And quick and simple, replace some of the line, because your line will break, or my line will break eventually, so better not chance it. And after every fish, just check on it. I should have probably changed it on the fish before that. I didn't do that, but yeah. Now all smooth, don't feel a single thing, and this is how I want it. Nice. And make sure to put the line in the bin, not on the floor. I'm not gonna act like it never happened to me, where I like dropped line accidentally and then like lost it or something, but make sure, at least try. And I have my last PVA bag as well. This is my last PVA bag. Wait, actually I just realized the last time I put this out was without a PVA bag. I actually just put it out with just a few boilies around it, without the PVA bag, and that gave me the biggest fish of the session so far. That means no PVA bag. And I'm gonna stick to what just worked. I brought me this fish because you never know, we might be in for another big one. Okay, so rod just went off again, and it is the smallest carp of the session, so I'm not gonna bother him too much with the mat and everything. I'm just gonna show you the fish quickly, and then I let him go. It is a nice linear though. There we go. Nice linear, but yeah, I'm gonna let him go. You can go on, grow, and then maybe in a year or two let's see each other again. Bye bye. Yes. after all those carp the whole night. A tench. So that answers my question. So there is tench here. A nice tench, but up. Wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. There you go. Alright, so we have come to an end of a session. So haven't had any bites since that tench in the morning. I did put my rods back on pop-ups just with a little bit of boilie crumb around to see if I can nick a bite, but nope, no chance. It was just amazing the amount of carp I caught. I think it was 7 carp, 1 F1 and 1 tench, which 7 carp in just a quick overnighter is incredible. No pre-bait, nothing, just instant coming here fishing. It is a small pond, but it does seem to hold quite a lot of carp, which is really good to know for the future. If you guys want me to come back to this pond and fish it again, make sure to drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't done it yet, not to miss out on more videos like this. This only take a few seconds, but really helps me quite a bit on this journey to grow my channel a little bit. So without further ado, I'm gonna say bye. I hope I'll see you in the next video, and until then, tight lines and take care. Have a good one. Bye bye.